Hello, this is Brett Bensley, and I apologize for the extraneous sounds, but I'm working on my computer at work, and unfortunately, I'm around servers and have a speaker here. But I wanted to show you, in the past, I showed you how to use CCleaner and Glare utilities in order to make your computer run faster, more efficiently. Well, I'm going to have to update this now with this new version because CCleaner, I decided to go with something different. NCleaner is what I'm going to show you. But anyhow, here's Glare Utilities. And I just download it, install, and then I run the one-click maintenance and usually use the defaults, which is the cleaner than the other. Sometimes I use disk repair, and tracks erase you only use if you want to get rid of information like what you visited, and most of you don't need to worry about that, but some of you do, so if you do, check those. But those two you typically don't need. And then I click the run button. And unfortunately, the first time I had things that need to be worked on. This second time I ran it, and not as much is going to show up, but typically you do it. Also, if you select this automatic repair, it will automatically go through and do this. It won't ask you, do you want to clean this up? It'll just clean it up. And so that's an option for you. So as you can see here, we're running through it. Sorry for my throat here. And it found a couple of. So now if you have it, that one thing, automatic repair, not checked, it'll say repair, and you hit repair. And that's pretty well it. It does it. There's other options this can do underneath the Advanced tab, etc. But that's typically it for this process. And I go ahead and leave it. You can uninstall it if you want, because it does take up space and prompt you for an update every day. The other one is NCleaner. I'll get this started. And underneath that, you see there's Clean System, Find Junk, and Tweak. Clean System is mostly what we're needing. And I run the first one, which is clean the files, and hit Analyze. You go through and look at your registry and files in your system that you're just not needing, like in your recycle bin. Then I'll click Clean after it's done doing the analysis and say yes. And again, normally this have a lot more in it, but I just got through it. Then I say I'm done. Then I go back to Clean System again, but this time I choose the one on the right, which is Clean Now for the registry. And let me warn you, the first time that you run this after install, this will bomb out. In other words, it won't run. It'll stop running. Eventually it'll come up and sit there and say, do you want to quit this program? You say yes. Or you can go in Task Manager and you can stop it and then restart it. Once you restart it, this will work the normal way. It's kind of a glitch. I don't know what it is, but there's nothing wrong with the program, nothing wrong with this application and the way it works. It's just a weird fact I find that the first time you run it. So hey, choose that, select scan, don't hit abort. Why they have it where they at, I don't know. And then you hit close because it's done with the scan. And then you select remove, which will remove all those unnecessary things in your registry. You say yes, you want to do it. And it'll clean out garbage in your registry. And sometimes that's where a lot of your slowness is it's looking in the registry for stuff that doesn't go anywhere, is unnecessary. And it says successfully removed what it needed to, and you say you're done. And click done here. Again, remember, sometimes that won't work the first time you install it. The next thing I do is I go to Tweak. This is really where I get a lot of speed out of my computer. And I go in here and I select, mine's set for performance right now on this computer. Normally it doesn't have it, but I select performance, which gets rid of a lot of unnecessary things running in the background that take up processing speed and take up storage and other stuff. I will go through and I will use the ones that the performance selects, which you see here it does. But I will go down here and I will go ahead and tell it to do the internet 10 connections per server. It just makes it web browsing run faster. But I do disable the security center and the task scheduler service because I want those to run. The security center is part of Windows that you want to make sure your computer's running clean. And then I have some scheduled tasks that I like to run out there. So typically, I will uncheck those. And I probably recommend you uncheck those as well, unless you're really, really sure you don't need those. Again, you'll see what the changes are. Unselect those two, Security Center and Task Scheduler, and then I'll go down and I'll hit Apply. And right now I'm watching this on my computer screen. If you're doing other things like CDs or whatever, you don't have those, you can check those as well. Then I hit Apply. And when you hit Apply, it's going to ask you if you want to reboot. And it's going to force you to reboot. Well, I'm not going to apply this time because I don't need it to reboot. But it will reboot, and I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to lose your connection. But you hit Apply, and then you can go ahead, and once you reboot, your machine will have all those unnecessary services. Well, I'm not going to say unnecessary, but they're wasteful. Processor and storage and other stuff. So just disable those. There's other services on here in Windows 10 and 11 you can definitely get rid of. Maybe I'll do another video later, but there you go. Those are my two, and those are the methods I use to make my computers run faster and better. So I want to thank you for stopping by. This is